I'm switching things around because I had an email I was going to read later. But now that you got me on the burgers, we might as well go for this because this is. I'm Adam from Edmonton, Canada. And I know Adam, he's a longtime member of the cult, but he wrote an email that I just can't hardly believe it. Would you like to hear this?
Why not?
Hey there, Jim and Brian. This is from Adam. Jim, you being what I would call a cheeseburger wizard, are clearly an experienced diner when it comes to hamburgers and cheeseburgers across your great nation of the United States. So I needed to share my experience with you in hopes of opening up a discussion to help keep my friends in America food safe. Now, listen to this, Brian, because you know he's from Canada. He's got that.
Based on what you said, I know that. Edmonton, I believe.
Yes. So he says, being Canadian, I had the first opportunity to visit Chicago for a business trip recently. The first night I was there, I ordered a hamburger from the hotel restaurant. When I ordered the burger, the man on the phone asked me a perplexing question. How do you want it cooked? Now, Brian, if somebody asks you in your restaurant, room service, whatever, how do you want your burger cooked? What are you going to say?
Medium.
There you go. But Adam continues, as a Canadian, this puzzled me. I stammered and said, the way you cook it regularly. He said, okay, medium. And then finished up with me and went to prepare my food. I remained somewhat confused. When I got my dinner, I'd been starving for 12 hours. And when I got the burger, I noticed a nicely browned and beautiful burger. It better have looked beautiful for $35. That hotel room service after the pandemic apparently has gotten out of hand. But he says, as I took a bite and caught my first visual inside the patty, I noticed, well, it's still pink in the middle. The inside of the burger did resemble the medium cook you'd get with a steak. So being hungry, I finished the burger in record time, thought nothing of it, and went to bed. The next morning, I woke with terrible stomach pain and was pretty much in bed most of the first evening I was in Chicago, which I immediately attributed to the pink burger. I'm going to explain this in a second for my American friends. Obviously, there's a bunch of people in Canada that are going, what's wrong here? What's happening here? But he continues, now the locals I asked have said that it's customary to get your burger cooked medium in the United States. My eyes bulged open. In Canada, serving a burger with pink in the middle is against our food safety standards. Any burger you get in Canada is cooked through to well or well done at minimum. How could well done be the minimum? What's the next step up? Charcoal? And he says,
puck.
Yes, puckish. He says they don't just ask you, they just cook it that way as a standard. I was always explained the reason you could eat a steak blue is because the microbes are on the surface and kissing it to the grill will at least kill the surface microbes and you'll be fine. But when the beef is ground, the microbes end up inside the beef, which means it needs to be fully cooked through to kill them. Jim, I'd love to hear yours and Brian's thoughts on this simply from the standpoint of being the cheeseburger wizard. Is this customary?
Why does he keep saying that? Where did he come up with this nickname?
Well, apparently everybody knows more about cheeseburgers than poor old Adam.
The wizard.
But his final question, is this customary or was my hotel simply trying to kill me? Adam.
They were trying to kill you. Jericho had just been there. They were done with people from Edmonton.
Yeah, there you go. They were tired of people screaming, hey, Derek, every time they were complaining about something. No, Adam, there's a difference between raw meat and a medium burger. And obviously, if you choose to do so, you can get your burger cooked medium well or well done or charcoal or you can have it cooked to that point. It'd be so dry you'd have to eat it in the rain. But and in fast food places, they do the same thing every time. There's no variation. You're going to get what you're going to get. But if you go to any restaurant of any quality past Waffle House, they're going to ask you, how do you want your burger? And most people are going to say medium because then you got a little pink in the middle, but at the same time, you still got some juice, you got some flavor. You don't have to dunk it in a glass of water like Kobayashi does the goddamn hot dogs in the Nathan's contest.
You think most people say medium?
I would think.
I think medium well.
Oh, come on.
I'm not saying it's what I pick.
Then you're getting way too close to it's fucking chili meat, as Ronnie West would say. Ronnie West smartened me up. He took a sabbatical from the wrestling business to go to work as a manager at a Wendy's down in Chattanooga. And he said once they have the burgers on the grill for so long that they were basically well done and drier than a nun's twat, as they say in the industry, then they'd just break them up and put them into chili. It was chili meat. But nobody wants to eat a dry, wore-out fucking shoe-sole burger. But the thing is, if Adam was sidelined by a little pink in the middle of a room service burger, he must have lived in a plastic bubble for his entire life. And what kind of immune system are you people working on up there in Canada? If you can't take not even a little E. coli, just maybe a little coli without the E from a little pink burger in the middle, that ain't going to hurt anybody. You ought to see the goddamn variations. Imagine, I've had room service burgers more than probably anybody listening to this. You would, and that's, I think everybody would agree that's probably a certainty. And they've been all over the page, from burnt out and dried up to where, Jesus Christ, you'd have to pour a fucking Sprite over the top of them, all the way to almost raw in the middle. And then it's late at night and they're already closed. You're lucky to get what you got by the time you got it, whatever the fuck. I'd just eat around the edges and leave the middle like a reverse donut hole. You got to do what you got to do. But a little goddamn pink burger meat never hurt anybody. I'm not saying go take a package of raw hamburger meat out of the freezer or the refrigerator and go to town, but good Lord. Pink burger. What's this world coming to and people can't take a pink burger?
I'm agreeing with you.
You really think most people would say medium well?
I think so. I think anyone who's a child, no children who's getting a hamburger in a nice restaurant is going to say medium. Their parent is going to say medium well.
Well, here's the thing. There was no such thing as having a burger at a fine restaurant when I was a kid.
But it has nothing to do with the question.
By the time I was asked the fucking question, I was a grown adult making my own decisions over the age of 18, and I said, medium, goddammit!
Right away? No questions asked?
No questions asked. They asked me a question. How do you want your burger? I told them. That was the question that was asked and answered.
How do you want your steak?
Medium rare.
Medium rare? Wow.
Medium rare. If it's a good one, if they know what they're doing. I don't want it to fucking moo at me when I stick the fork in it. I don't say knock the horns off and bring it out on a leash, but I want some goddamn red and some juice running around. That was the way that my mother may have made her steaks, and they were quite delicious.
All right, this has been Reggie's Corner.
Hey, come on now. I'll tell you, they brought me the steak. I could still see the marks where the jockey was beating it.